Hey guys, I feel like I have not seen you in a long time. Just doing a little ruck march. I don't know if we're going to be able to see that on the back or not. But got a 53-pound kettlebell out for a little walk. Here we are in Fort Smith, Northwest Territories. It's a gorgeous day. It's only -3 and it is November the 20th today. So yeah, a little odd, but take it where you can, right? Well, I thought it was about time for an update, because not only has it been a long time, there's been an awful lot of changes since last time I was on here. That's kind of where I'm hoping to go, but things washed out a bit here, so I might have to bushwhack a bit. Yeah, so what's going on? Well, long story short, I took a little break from a bunch of stuff, and now here I am going to school, which is pretty cool. So it would have been about March of last year. I ended up, it was recommended to me by management at my last job, and I'd have to agree with them, that I should probably take a resignation and get myself straightened out. I was under quite a bit of stress. Some of it work-induced, obviously, probably a lot of it, but some of it just me not dealing so well with stress. Boy, they don't make these things small, I guess. So, long story short, I ended up kind of resetting things a little bit. So what I did, see if I can get through here backwards. If you don't go frontwards, well, try it out backwards. Oh, look at that. Huzzah. So, I ended up taking resignation at work, on good terms though, with a really good reference, which is part of what I use to get into the school program I'm in. But my last course I taught over in the Yukon, that would have been maybe the February before that, January or February, and I was not doing good. I wasn't sleeping good, I wasn't eating good, I was making some pretty poor habits, although sometimes that's all you got when you're on the road anyways. Yeah, kind of self-soothing with fast food and junk food. And I was completely gassed, just doing just about anything. I used to be a pretty fit guy. I used to race mountain bike cross country. And, yeah, and you've seen some of the stuff that I was up to, hiking around all the time, hunting and everything. Canoeing, all that fun stuff. Cycling. But I didn't really want to do anything anymore. And this trail is all jacked up. It's completely slumped. Settling down into Slave River here. Anyways, I digress. I needed to reset my life a bit and reprioritize things. So right away, junk food, stopped that completely, cold turkey. Oh, and the other thing, this was a bit of a wake-up call. I remember it sitting in church. Oh, it would have been probably about January or February of last year as well. Of course, I was teaching first aid all the time. I start getting these weird feelings. I'm like, oh boy, this is the end of Aaron. It feels like I'm having a heart attack. So I let my wife know so she could bring my carcass into the hospital. So she drove me in. I was in there all day. 39 years old, by the way, just to kind of put things in context. Yeah. She drove me in. They did a bunch of tests. I stayed there all day. They did a bunch of tests all over again just to confirm. And long story short, no heart attack, thankfully. But the question came up, oh, how's your life and how's stress and all this stuff? And it's like, well, let me tell you a little story. I won't go into too many details. I don't want to drag anybody through the mud or nothing. And I've certainly grown since then as far as how I handle stress. Even trying to get gloves on one-handed, apparently that's difficult. So anyways, that was fine and dandy. Then they scheduled me for a actual stress test on the treadmill in the hospital. So I was like, all right, well, might as well do it and see what they say. And that was a little bit shocking and a little bit embarrassing. So yeah, I'm doing the stress test And of course, the nurse has to shave your chest to put all the electrodes on. And when you're a wee bit on the hairy side, it takes a little while, and then you feel like some sort of Care Bear after, like you got some pattern on your stomach. But anyways, I do that. Cardiologist comes in, start doing it, and they start jacking up the speed and the elevation, and I was doing okay. Like, according to the machine, I didn't have any problems with my heart, which is comforting, especially considering that both sides of my family are well known for heart problems. So anyways, well enough. And then one thing the doctor says at the end, well, a couple things. He asked me if I snore and if I ever have anyone tell me it sounds like I stop breathing in my sleep. And it's like, you need to talk to my wife about that, because she brings that up, or at least used to bring that up. Keyword used to, at that point in time. So he said, you look like you're carrying a bit of extra weight, a few extra pounds. And like I say, I was probably about 201 pounds at the time, and I'm about 5'9", so. And he said, yep, your heart looks like it's in fairly good shape, but you definitely need to make some changes, including work. And I said, well, I'm actually just about done work, so. That was a little bit of a wake-up call. But my manager at my last job did me a pretty solid. He was a kettlebell instructor for a bit, and he ordered me Pavel Tsatsulin's book, Simple and Sinister, and he got me a 35-pound kettlebell, just a cast iron, like Russian-style kettlebell. I was like, well, I'll get around to it, thanks. And it was pretty interesting. I'm not a gym guy at all. I'd much rather be doing stuff like this out in the bush than sweating away in a treadmill in front of a bunch of people that are not so out of shape looking, at least initially. So, once I was on my leave from work, so no more junk food at all, really. I mean, now I'm at the point where I'll let myself have a treat, like a cookie or something after church once a week or so, just enough to remind me what I came from, what I don't want to go back to. But you gotta enjoy a few things. Big jackpot of trees here, all windblown. But yeah, I also went on 1 meal a day, which I know some people swear by, and some people say you're gonna wreck your metabolism and stuff. But let me tell you, that was working wonders. Between eating normal, real food that you cook yourself and just eating once a day. So here it is, like I say, November 20th, so March, April, May, June, July, September, October, November, so about 9 months. Could have had a baby by now. So in 9 months I've gone from 201 pounds to this morning I was 155 on my scale. I keep track, like it's going to go up and down obviously every day, but usually once a week I'll do a weigh-in just to chart and see if things are trending up or down or if I'm holding steady. So far so good, but it's not just the fact I'm losing weight. I feel way stronger now. So I'm up to a 55-pound kettlebell for a simple and sinister routine every morning, plus a few other exercises. I like doing military presses, like strict overhead presses around the world. Oh, what else? A few other goodies, odds and sods. And I actually just, it should be here this week or next week, ordered a 32 kilogram or 70-pound kettlebell. That's the next step up in the progression. So that's kind of where I'm at. I do that. I do ruck marches like this, although this one's pretty slow going now. I decided to check out some woods I hadn't been in for a couple of years here. It's the best way to clamber over this with 53 pounds on your back. And a bit of an obstruction behind your head. Yeah. For a while I didn't want to do anything. I was staying in bed till like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Just, I don't want to say pointless existence because I know I don't have one of those, but yeah, kind of felt like it, and I wouldn't be surprised if I wasn't a little bit depressed at the time, which also runs in the family, and burnout definitely isn't going to help. So I figured I better get things straightened out. I applied to school, so now I'm taking the Environment and Natural Resources Technology program at Aurora College here in Fort Smith, Northwest Territories. And I'm hoping to get into a role as a renewable resource officer or something similar. Get in with fire or wildlife or something. Forest management. Might be kind of fun. Yeah, eat right, keep your head straight, go to bed at a regular time, and get good sleep. Stay away from the junk food, get lots of exercise, and not just like 4 hours in one go once a week. I like to spread it out. I walk back and forth to school 3 times a day. Ooh, big raven just took off. Yeah. So yeah, long story short, things are doing way better. Now the downside, school is busy, like busy, but it's good. So our first week of school, we did a bit of safety training, which is fun. That's what I was teaching for 3.5 years. But still learned some good stuff there. And then we went for 3 weeks straight, so 21 days without a break. There's a beautiful place called Sioux Lake. If you want to look it up on the map, TSU Lake. It's about 60 kilometers north of Fort Smith by Bush Plain. What do we got here now? Looks like we're going to have to go down to the river. So yeah, apologies if this is just turning into a blah, 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 but yeah, I figure I'd really share where I've been lately so you folks know kind of what's going on. See if I don't twist an ankle here with this on my back. So it's been busy, but it's been good. We're almost finished our first semester here. We've got 20 school days left. We're done on the 16th of December. And then we get a 3-week break for Christmas. So, yeah, I start off doing math for technicians, which is very interesting when you haven't been in high school for 20-something years. And communications and technical writing, botany, GPS and mapping, introduction to computers, geology. Almost forgot my favorite one of my favorite ones. So that's been pretty sweet but busy. And now that things are just about done for the year here, we'll be starting some more focus stuff afterwards, which will be kind of nice. And apparently if you survive this term, you're well on your way to survive the next 3. It's pretty front-loaded apparently, so we'll see if they're serious or joking around as it develops, we'll say. Ooh, nice little spot to hang out for a minute. Yeah, so I guess it's never too late to realize your dreams and go back to school. It's kind of what I always wanted to do ever since I was a kid. I didn't see very many opportunities for that back east. And for a while, school didn't seem like something that interested me, nor that I felt I could finance, we'll put it that way. If you're hoping to see videos of me out snowmobiling and boating and out with the 4-wheel drives, I sold all that stuff before I went to school. I figured it's only going to be sitting for 2 years mostly. And space is at a premium back home. And this way, even if I didn't get funding or anything for school, no big deal. I can still swing it, so I'm not too upset about that. I kind of miss it, but I've been doing rucks quite a bit, hiking. I did a lot of walking in the last year. I've done 14-kilometer rucks with the 53 on my back. Wife and I went to Nova Scotia for 3 weeks in the summer and had a good time in Cape Breton. And I was doing like 14-kilometer walks there just for fun. Feeling really good. Definitely in a much better spot, but I don't think you'll see too much bushcraft specific stuff, but who knows. Things might quiet down here a little bit and I'll make some videos again. Now, back to Sioux Lake. Kind of went a little off the rails there, didn't I? So Sioux Lake, our first 4 days there, well, I guess after we did a little bit of training. So you do a little bit of canoe training, a little bit of boat training, and 85-kilometer canoe trip for 4 days. That was fun. An old Grumman 17-foot aluminum canoe. Had a whole flotilla of us. that was a good team building experience. We'll put it that way. It's pretty fun. Got paired up with somebody to paddle with. I don't think this is going to be the safest way to get up here. If you hear a loud noise, call 911. That's much different. With a little bit of weight on your back and one hand to scramble, and another one to hold the camera. Anyways, that was fantastic though. That was a fun trip. And then the rest of the 3 weeks was non-stop. So we were doing crash courses on, oh boy, forestry, botany, orienteering, field note taking, benthic invertebrates, small mammal trapping. Oh man, did a whole bunch of other stuff, chainsaw, you name it. There's all kinds of fun things on the go. Traditional knowledge, made a birch bark moose call. That was fun. So it's definitely a special place. I think what I might do, I might try splicing some pictures. You didn't see that. Splicing some pictures and kind of show you the basics, I guess. But yeah, so I'm still around. Might not be doing as much video-wise, but I'm kind of hoping to now. Actually, it might be neat to document the school journey. This is just a super rough and dirty. I don't even know how much I'm going to edit this, honestly. It's just me holding it in selfie mode. But yeah, that's where I've been. So I'm doing and feeling much better and on a lot better path. Now, the downside is that Barbara is in Yellowknife, mostly full-time still. So my unit that I have here to live in, my quarters are family friendly. And she was planning on being here about half the time, and now her job's got busier and she's got more responsibilities now, but it is what it is. She's been down here a couple of times since I moved here in August, and she's coming down again this coming Sunday. I'm going to pick her up at the airport and then do the 3-hour drive through Wood Buffalo National Park and get back to town here, and then she's going to stay till Christmas break, and then we'll both drive up. Yeah. But yeah, that's life. And if you're going to pick a place to live it, well, you can't complain about it here. Still waiting for freeze up on the river. Yeah, if you're interested, this is kind of neat. Check out Aurora College on the internet. Just Google it because I don't remember the website, and look up the Environment and Natural Resources Technology Program, or most of us just call it ENRTP. They look for international students too, or from abroad, even if you're here in Canada. So yeah, we've had a fella from the Ukraine apparently, and some other folks. So if it's something interesting, you might want to check it out. Well, I'm going to put this thing away so I can actually make tracks while it's still light. I need to get back up that mess, up the hill, and then back out to the trail. I'm actually probably pretty close to the sewer lagoon. That'll smell great. And then back home, take my laundry out the machine, put that in the dryer, do some homework. I got math homework, a little bit more geology homework. I've got a paper that I'm doing for communications about lead ammunition. And that might be it. Oh, I'm probably going to make some soup too for the week to live off of. So, yeah, it was a long ramble. Where are we at now? 18 minutes, almost 19 minutes. Holy smokes. If you made it this far, awesome. 10 points. If you didn't make it this far, well, see you in the next one. Hopefully it'll be a little more appealing. So take care, and we'll see you next time from Northwest Territories.